Today's video, if you didn't already notice by the title and the thumbnail, is going to be an updated homeschool schedule. I've not shared our schedule with you guys in a very, very long time because it truly varies day to day. There is not really a single day in our homeschool that looks exactly the same. So it's really hard for me to come on here and be totally honest and say, hey, this is what our schedule looks like, when truly it varies. I don't know. I just don't feel right about that. So I've been paying attention rather to our rhythm that we have kind of sunk into. My oldest is a freshman this year. Is working. I have now a work schedule for my child that I'm trying to homeschool around also. So if you're interested in what our homeschool schedule looks like right now, stay tuned. I very much enjoy slow mornings in our home. I do not appreciate the days when we have to get up and things are rushed and crazy and chaotic and busy. It does not work very well for any of us in our home, really. I get up early, yes. Or my boys obviously do not get up at that time. So I have some time to get going before we start our homeschool day. So if it's a morning that I'm making breakfast, I will have breakfast going. I will get something baking for the boys in the oven so that we can all meet together at the table for read aloud time, for morning discussion. If there's an extra book that I'm wanting to read that maybe we won't have time to do once we sit down and get our independent subjects going, I will tackle that at breakfast time. So usually breakfast is somewhere between 8 and 8:30. That is generally the time that I like to get our homeschool day started. Now, my oldest, being that he's a high schooler, there are many, many times that he will set his alarm and wake up early before everybody else starts their subjects. That is not uncommon when it comes to our homeschool morning. Do you see why this is hard to share? We will meet at the table around 8 or 8:30 for breakfast. After breakfast is usually when we kind of go our separate ways. This has changed through the years, very much so. We used to start our day together, doing morning basket time, right? So that looked different again every year. That varied depending on the age of my children. However, now we don't really do a morning basket time anymore. It looks different, so stay tuned, I'll explain. However, after breakfast, between the 8:30 and 9 o'clock hour, we kind of go our separate ways. I'm usually cleaning up breakfast. I have my oldest who's doing one of his independent subjects, and then my other two are also doing their independent subject. We do have spelling that is done independently. We have math that is done independently. We have fix-it grammar that's done independently. So that is not really something that I have to be instructing the boys through. So there's a lot of independent stuff going on in the early morning hours. So I will usually be in the kitchen, getting something going in the kitchen, working independently on some co-op homework. Typically, independent subjects, independent studies are done between the 8:30 and 9 o'clock hour until about 10 o'clock, 10:30, depending on how long it takes the kiddos to do their math and how long it takes to do spelling and all the other things. This will then bring us straight into about the 11 o'clock hour-ish. 10:30, 11, something around that time frame, okay? Again, this is a hard one to share, guys, because it's different every day. If we have orthodontist appointments, if we have chiropractor appointments, if we have different things going on, different appointments, different play days, so that all kids can be included before they go to work, like co-op days and non-co-op days. And also, if you didn't know this, we homeschool Monday through Thursday. So Friday is a free day. And I mean free day as in catch up on anything that needs caught up through the week, run around, pay bills, pack for the cabin, pack for whatever weekend adventures we might be preparing for, get chores done around the house. So that's what Fridays look like. We do not typically homeschool on Fridays. We homeschool 4 days a week. We have done that from the very beginning. It works so great for our family. So great. Now we are entering the 11 o'clock hour-ish. 11 o'clock-ish is when we meet at the couch. 11 o'clock is when we meet in the living room. And this is my favorite time of our whole entire homeschool day. I love this time so very much. We all meet in the living room. We usually have a snack, but not always. I usually have a cup of coffee. This is time for mama to sit, to get comfy and cozy on the couch with her babies, and we are just going to talk. We are going to read. We are going to do our Bible time. We're going to do our soak method. We're going to just have any conversations that need to be had for the day, whatever needs to be addressed in our home. This is where it's all going to happen. So see how our morning basket time has shifted to be after independent studies and after all the other things. I really like it this way, and it hasn't always been this way. This used to be what we started our day with, but I feel like now it's the perfect, I don't want to say closure to our day because our day is so young still, but it's kind of the perfect meeting ground for our family to meet. After we've done some independent subjects, we're going to come together after we've done language and math and spelling and writing and co-op homework and whatever for the day. Now going to meet together on the couch in the living room. We're going to sit, we're going to do our read aloud, whatever that happens to be, which is currently the Tuttle Twins American History. I borrowed it from a friend. She loaned it to me. I love it. So we're just doing that like as one of our read alouds. This time looks very different for our family. We'll read through the Tuttle Twins American History book. Also, I have this book that I just received. I have not started reading it yet. I was kind of considering having it be an independent reader for my boys, but I kind of think I want to go through. It's the Tuttle Twins Guide to Logical Fallacies. I only bought one of these because I wanted to kind of see how they're laid out and if I'm actually going to love it. So if you've read these or had your children read them, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. We are also working through The Hiding Place. So that is something that we read during our 11 o'clock to 12:30 hour. We also have our Bible time, so there'll be different devotions that we will do. This one that I have sitting on our end table is How Great Is Our God. We're working through this one very slowly. We're about halfway through it. Many different devotionals. We also use the soak method for our Bible time, where each of my boys will bring their Bible, sit with us together. We will go through independently, working through still the book of Psalms, sit and do the soak method. That's something we do. That's not an everyday thing at this point in time, because we just started the Intro to Psychology from Gather Round. And you guys, I love, love, love the prayer journal, the psychology journal that she has included with this unit. I love it so much. It is blessing my soul in so many ways. I love it. I love it. I love it. So our normal soak time has been turned into this psychology journal time that has been included in that unit study. So incredibly, like, just, I love it. I love it. I also have this book, Slow Down, which is so fitting and so perfect. 50 Mindful Moments in Nature. I love this. I love going through this with my boys. I don't read it front to back. Hello, no surprise. There are different things that I'll just look through it and pick one that I like for instance, mosquitoes. Or there's stuff about horses. There are things about caterpillars and the weather and flowers and bees and you name it. So somewhere between the 11 o'clock hour, clear up to 12:30, 12:45, you will find us in the living room on the couch with colored pencils and pens and our Gather Round unit that we're doing together. Anything that we do together as a family. Unit studies, read alouds, Bible time. It does look different every day, but that is what you will find us doing somewhere between the 11 o'clock and 12:30 hour. We will then break for lunch. That is the end of our homeschool day. And we move on to chores and life and work and all the things that are happening. That is what a typical day in our homeschool looks like. I'm a reverse record keeper. I don't wake up to a huge list of to-dos. I know in my mind what I want to do, how I kind of want to walk through our homeschool day, and we move slowly through that flow. That is how we flow through our homeschool day. I don't have a rigorous, strict schedule, but what we do is beautiful for our family. We love it. We are thriving. It's been going great. And that's all I have for you for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in our next one. Bye.